wealthy white people wins to have their own city.
What?
All they wanted was better schools. I say just about anything. Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. You heard it right, y'all. Yes, in these days and times, there is a city in Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. White people decided we don't want to deal with Baton Rouge. Now, we all know what type of people live in Baton Rouge. We know how it is. We know, because we see y'all on the news a lot, okay? Don't get me wrong now. We see other cities, okay, on the news with melanated people. We see other cities. But there comes a time, sooner or later, people get tired. They tired, especially the white race. They are tired. Even the black race is tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. That's why I had to move away from my own melanated people. I had to leave. I had to leave. I cannot live, y'all. I'm going to be honest, okay? I don't want to, have never wanted to live in an all-black neighborhood. Never, ever, never, okay? The school system sucks. They don't try to do right. They don't try to build the school, have better teachers. They have teachers in the school who just don't give a damn. I've seen it. I know, y'all. I know. Even in the good schools, there are some bad teachers, but the majority of them are good because you can tell by the students' performance. You can tell, all right? Now, you have the exceptions. Now, some students that go to a bad school, you have the exception of students who really apply themselves. But the majority of them, give them a test. That test, I forgot the name of the test that they give them. Y'all put it down in the comment section. Most of them fail. Most of them fail the test, okay? Or they either have a very low score, barely passing, okay? What college is going to take something like that? Well, I'm going to show you today this right here because I'm not mad at it. Some people down in the comment section are going to be mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad, okay? Because if a city is not doing right by your children, especially when it comes to school and learning, okay, I can understand why they are doing this and why they went to try to have their own city, because we can't take this no more. We can't take it. It says right here from the New York Post, wealthy white, notice they said white, wealthy white Louisiana residents win. They win the right to split from Baton Rouge and form their own city. So they win their own city. A lot of people are outraged by this. And you notice they said wealthy. Why it just couldn't be white concerned people, citizens? Why it couldn't be that? Why it had to be wealthy? Are they all wealthy? Every last one of them? Are they? A group of wealthy white Baton Rouge residents have won a decade, so it's been going on a decade-long battle to split from the majority black city, to form their own suburbs following a state Supreme Court ruling. After reversing a lower court's decision on Friday, the Supreme Court ruled 4-3 in favor of the incorporation of St. George, which will form in southeast Baton Rouge. So it's going to be called St. George. They're going to have their own little city. So they've been fighting for decades to have this done. They splitting from the majority of black cities to form. Whew. Listen to this right here, y'all. This guy makes a good point. Why do white Americans have 10 times more wealth than black folks. Why is that? Here's the reason. Listen, y'all.
White folks are planning for 3 generations, and we're planning for Saturday night. I would rather carry a plastic bag with $5,000 in it than to carry a $5,000 Louis Vuitton bag with $100 in it. Nike is winning. Gucci is winning. Armani is winning. You ain't winning. We are the consumption class. They are the merchant class. They make stuff. We buy stuff. The rich stay rich by pretending to be poor, and the poor stay poor by pretending to be rich. We got this shit ass backwards.
He ain't lying. It's backwards, y'all. You see all those expensive cars that black people be riding in? You see all those bags, Chanel's, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Fendi. Do you see all the expensive bags? Poor as hell. But you walk into their house, poor as hell. They ain't hardly got no furniture. They living on their last dime, but they'll save that money and go get themselves a Gucci. He's right. We're going to stay poor. We know better, but we won't do better. That's it. That's really it. Now, here's the mayor of Baton Rouge. Sharon Weston Broome is the first woman elected as mayor president of Baton Rouge and Eastern Baton Rouge Parish. She prioritized progress through inclusion, innovation, and data. Look at her. Look at her real good. Look at her. Okay, she's a Democrat. Who else is a Democrat that's doing bad, taking all the money? Who else? Who else is doing it? Tiffany Henyard of Dalton, Illinois. Tiffany Henyard. Y'all know what she done. If you don't know, go look her up. I don't have time to be talking about her roguish ass. I really don't. Because she is spending the money and they don't know where the money is going to. But we know. We know where the money going to, y'all. We know. All right. Pay attention to what's really going on right here in Louisiana. Listen.
The mayor president.
Baton Rouge Mayor Sharon Weston Broome says she is disappointed in the ruling, but says her administration has been preparing if this were to happen.
The percentages, the impact that it would have on the budget, what potential cuts would have to be made.
But she stopped short of crunching numbers at this point because she says the plaintiffs could ask for a rehearing.
And if reports are true, it's actually a disproportionate amount of their tax base. So yeah, this is actually quite devastating for the city of Baton Rouge.
So just a reminder for you, the effort to create this new city, as you heard, goes back more than a decade, but it wasn't brought to a ballot until 2019 when the voters who live within the St. George area got to decide. With a 60% voter turnout for that election, it passed with a narrow majority, just 54%. The state Supreme Court's decision was a close one as well, with 4 justices in favor and 3 against.
Now look, there's a bunch of different quotes from NAACP representatives that are going out there about how they feel like this is going to negatively impact the black population of Baton Rouge. There's also a lot more cringe and insane kind of takes on the internet.com talking about how this is the rebirth of redlining, of this is just white people being evil, white, and racist. But in reality, in actuality, what this actually is democracy. This group of people voted to form their own municipality, and then the city of Baton Rouge, who, by the way, denied them a school district prior to this, which is all they actually wanted from the jump, decided that they were going to sue them in order to prevent their vote from taking effect and try to prevent them from separating off. And I actually got to give credit to one of these NAACP guys that I saw give a local interview, because he said, look, I don't like it. I think it's going to hurt the black population. Obviously, it's going to decimate the tax base. But these people voted for this, and they do have a right to form their own city, more or less. This is something that a guy who's opposed to this actually stated, and I actually think that's the fairest statement that you can have as somebody who's obviously vehemently opposed to this and invested in this project not working.
Beginning, and it will always be my goal, is to advocate for a united Baton Rouge. I am committed to serving the residents of St. George, just as I serve those of Baker, Central, and Zachary. And in the days ahead, I will proceed to have conversations to determine the best course of action in compliance with the court's final decision.
Now, obviously, there's a lot of people, including the Baton Rouge mayor, who are against this. They want the reunification of Baton Rouge because they're obviously looking at a potential decimation of their tax base. But also, they're going to try to go for the maneuver of getting a rehearing because they didn't like this ruling. And typically, when the left wing loses something, they end up calling for a do-over. So, to be 100% clear, this is not over in terms of litigation, even though the reps for the new municipality of St. George are saying, hey, why don't we just work on making this separation as amicable as possible instead of just suing each other in court over and over again. It seems like the city of Baton Rouge is having absolutely none of that.
But Pearson says she will continue this fight.
They think this case is over. It's not over until Friday week when we ask for a rehearing and specify the mistakes that the Supreme Court made.
So they want a rehearing. So you're trying to tell me the Supreme Court made a mistake when they voted? So they can overrule the Supreme Court? That's why it went to the Supreme Court. Okay? That's why they went to the Supreme Court. I don't think they can overrule the Supreme Court. Can they? Can they? Y'all put it down there in the comment section. But all these white people wanted, the wealthy white people, all they wanted was better schools for their kids. Because the school, to them, is not performing. Well, they could have sent their kids to a private school. They could have sent them to a private school if they're wealthy. They trying to keep all their damn money. Okay, they ain't like y'all, all right? We want to keep our money. We know private schools are way expensive. Way, way expensive. And we don't really even know if all of them, the white people, are wealthy. They just calling them wealthy, okay? They could be making $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 a year, and they consider that as being wealthy, all right? Especially in Louisiana. But the reason why they're so upset, y'all, because they're going to be losing tax dollars, all right? Tax dollars. Yes, the wealthy pay huge taxes, okay? Let's say you making $50,000, all right? Or let's say $100,000. And they charging you 30%. That means you're going to pay $30,000. Let's say a wealthy person is making $1 million a year. Okay? They're going to charge them way more than 30%. They're going to charge them almost like 40%. So they're going to take 40% of their $1 million, which is going to be $400,000, leaving them with $600,000. So they paying way more money than you are. This is why Baton Rouge is so upset. They don't give a damn about them leaving now. They don't care about that. They just want their tax dollars. Does that make sense to you? Does it, trolls, when you come over here? Does it make sense? Because some of y'all don't know economics, all right? Now, my question is, can the blacks move into St. George when the city is formed? Can they? If they wealthy enough. But you know what's going to happen, y'all? Let me tell you what's going to happen. Property going to be so high over there. Houses, apartments, if they have them, I don't know. You got to be wealthy to move over there. Because evidently, it's expensive. Because that's where the wealthy people live. Now, are the wealthy blacks going to move there? Are they going to not let them move into St. George? Are they? I don't know. They ain't saying nothing about that part right there. I've been watching this movie called Them. How many of y'all seen Them? It's a series on Amazon Prime. The black people moved into the neighborhood. Looked like it was back in the 1950s or 60s or something like that. They harassed those people so bad. Y'all need to watch the series. It'll piss you off, it'll make you mad, but it's kind of weird in a way, you know. Just watch it. It's called Them. Them. There's season 1 and season 2. I'm on season 1. Well, I'm on season 2 now. But go on over there and watch that. And let me know what y'all think about this whole thing. Do you think the white people, the wealthy white people, they said majority white, so it might be a little bit of specks in there. Little black people, maybe different races, Asians, I don't know. People who got money. Okay, but it's majority white. Let me know how you feel, okay? I want to know too, black people. Would you stay in an all-black neighborhood Is that okay with you? I never wanted that for my children. I want them to learn about different races, not just my race, okay? I wanted a mixture neighborhood, not all white, not all black, just right there in the middle. And when it gets too black, I'm moving out. I'm just sorry, okay? Well, what about if it gets too white? I'm sitting my ass down. That's what I'm gonna do, okay? Because I don't have a problem with white people, never have, all right? Maybe you have, okay? You just do what you want to do. But I've had problems with black people almost all my life, especially black women. Had no problem with the black men, but the black women, oh, Lord. Whew. Let me get out of here because I know some of y'all going to be mad, but that's all right. You have the right to get mad. You have the right, all right? And I have the right to say what I feel about us, all right? And what's going on right now, all right? With all that being said, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And watch the next video coming up. Thank you.
Yeah.